Hello, I'm Melinda NailFanatic. I'm coming to you with this reading for Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot here in Las Vegas, where we are empowering humanity through the energies of love, peace, and happiness, knowing that through those principles, you gotta choose right. You can only go right, and everything's all right. So, this video is a reading for Cancer, Sun sign. What is the energy in your life? Because it's time for your solar return, and we want to give you the messages that will help you know the difference between this old energy and the energy that you're stepping into. So we are going to utilize, first we'll start with the Work Your Light Oracle cards from Rebecca Campbell. And we're going to see, stepping out of the last calendar year for you. And happy birthday, by the way, because that's what your solar return is, your birthday, for those of you who don't know. So this is your birthday reading from now until your next birthday. So from the last year, from the last age, what you brought to the table, what did you learn, Cancer? What did Cancer learn from the last year? Okay. And we'll pull this one and get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connects with nature. So Cancer, a lot of you from last year either spent a lot of time really like in meditation, grounding yourself, a lot of isolation, a lot of time in nature. Others of you who are more earlier in your awakening have come to the awareness that you are empathic. Some of you have awakened your ability to communicate with animals and to commune with nature, to commune with the trees and the plants. A lot of you had challenges during this last year since your last birthday, because the energy external to you was very shifting, is the word that I'm hearing, shifting. And you being conscious and awakened, we're doing a lot of grounding of energies, even for ones that you don't know, for ones that you would never see. You channeled a lot of energy. So there were ones of you who were very to yourself. And again, there's some of you who are earlier in this spiritual journey who were learning last year about your ability to tune into the others that surround you. So let's see what is going to evolve within you for this next coming year between now and your next birthday. And we have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So we see the awakening continues. But look at this, lady is levitating. She's levitating. So there is a huge spiritual upgrades going on within you, Cancer. Huge spiritual upgrades going on with you. So even if you were already awakened, if you were already turned on, it's like you could just be channeling a lot more information to assist humanity around you. Those of you who are at your different phases, expect that to level up. Like the awakening does not stop. Now that you grounded yourself, you're awakening. I feel like there's going to be a lot of dreams, and I'm hearing dream interpretation coming through. So some of you are going to begin to look into dream interpretation, because over the next calendar year, you can expect a lot more spiritually communicative dreams coming through. Okay. Let's see. I have the Earth Magic cards I want to work with. This is their debut for your show. I've just gotten these, and I don't have the book for it. I've never read the book, but we're going to see what comes out in these energies for you, Cancer. So we're going to do the same thing with all the decks that I use. We're going to look at what you brought from the last year and what you'll take into the next year. So let's see, what is the messages for Cancer, what they're bringing to this point as they're coming into their birthday season. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and spread the deck and pick one from the last birthday till now. Okay. And from this time until next year's. All right. Okay, Cancer. What do we have for you? Love and compassion. From last year until now, you were in the energy where you were being brought to have compassion for others and to establish that connection. Do you notice the distance between the hands? Love is there. It's like extending that love and compassion to others to create a connection. So in the last year, love energy highlighted so strongly, having compassion with others. This makes sense because we also talked about empaths. We talked about how a lot of you were realizing just last year that you are empaths and coming into an awareness of the ability to connect to others through your empathic abilities. Between now and your next solar return, strength and the mountain is here. So I feel like now that you've realized your connection to others, it's time for you to overcome some obstacles using the same abilities that you have become more keenly aware of. So I mentioned in this card the distance between the hands. And what I'm seeing in this next set of oracle messages for you from last year until the next lesson is that now it's time for you to overcome the obstacles that create the separation, and they have to do with your empathic abilities. So you're going to be upgraded between this time and in your next solar return in your strength of your ability to still interact, although you're empathic. So some of you are going to learn to release the energies of others around you through the simple use of spells such as, is this mine? Okay, return to sender if it's not, and if it is, then transmute these energies. Is this the divine mind or the ego? Because some of the time where you're feeling separated, like you're really not. So I feel like some huge obstacles will be overcome in connections moving forward for you. And it's linked to the energetic upgrades that you're getting in your spiritual awakening, being elevated even further. It's like in the first card from last year till now, you were getting grounded and you were maybe working on root chakra energies. Okay, so now it's going to be about refining the spiritual ear that you hear as you move forward through challenges that maybe you weren't willing to embrace before. The next deck of messages I'm going to use for you is the Wisdom of the Oracle. And this is by Colette Baron Reed. So let's see what we have for you from this. What are the messages for Cancer, Lucifer Sky? What is the perfect messages for Cancer? It's their solar return time. They brought a lot of lessons from their last solar return. And between now and their next, you'll learn a lot more. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about for Cancer? All right. I'm going to spread this deck. And first card, this one's screaming, to be fair. So again, from last year to this year, Cancer, you were learning about creating more balance in the relationships. This is definitely why the get grounded energy was there. And I feel like, again, the energy of separation, a lot of separation situations coming up in the last year, trying to create balance there. Now, in the coming year, the energy for you, Cancer, is co-create. See, where there was separation, now it's time to work together. It's time to co-create. It's time to become more involved. And I feel like that is the big obstacle. I feel like the big mountain that you need the strength to overcome at this time is about working more harmoniously with others in your environment. I'm going to pull some cards for you now from Moonology deck, Cancer, and see again the messages for you. And then after this, we will get into some actual tarot messages for you. So let's see, what is the perfect messages for Cancer? Luster God, creator of all that ever is, was, will be, or could be, in regards to what they bring to the table from the lessons learned from the last year and what they can expect coming up in this calendar year, what they're being asked to focus upon for their highest, latest, and brightest good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Luster God. All right, let's see what you have from the last year coming to here. This is emotions are running high, supermoon. So it was a very emotional year, which was why you had to get grounded. Love was in focus, working on connections, learning to be more balanced, learning to be more fair with others, learning how to allow the love to flow both ways. Trying to establish, some of you who have been very isolated, trying to learn how to establish love connections has been a big thing for you over the last year. Moving into the coming year, this card is standing out to me. It says, be bold and make the first move. Yes, I spoke a moment ago about the actions that you take being highlighted in this coming year. It's like, okay, so you learned about how sometimes the emotions you're channeling are not your own. You learned about the importance of love and compassion, but it's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to take action upon that. Like, what good is knowing the power of love and compassion if you're not going to establish the connections or use it in your connections to co-create? Which is why your intuition is going to be guiding you over the coming year to create more connections with individuals who are in your life for a reason. They are important in your life. Okay. So let's get into some tarot messages now. I'm going to use my favorite Hermetic tarot deck. It's got a lot of wear and tear, a lot of messages in it, and we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and touch on your romantic love life for you before we close, as well as I'll be touching on finances, and we'll pull a final closing oracle. But for now, let's get the tarot messages for Cancer. Okay, Cancer, some things falling out that you first off did not expect, did not want. Could be feeling left out a little bit, could be feeling guarded about reconnecting with some of these people, as you're going to be moved to reestablish some connections in the coming year. I'm telling you now, because by the separation, that's creating a blockage in your energy, and you're being spiritually compelled to move past this separation. And that is like right in line with the major energy on earth at this time. So let's just see, what is the tarot messages for Cancer? Thank you, thank you, thank you, Luster Scott. We're looking at between now and their next solar return. What is the perfect messages for Cancer? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we encourage you to save this video somewhere where you can watch it again, because I hear that it will be highly beneficial to come back to it again in the future at random times throughout the year for reminders. Okay, and also I'm hearing to see the progress as it's been made, and notice how your energy changes even in hearing these messages. Because one thing I'm hearing is some of this stuff that you're being asked to do within the coming year is already triggering you just listening to this message. So if you're still here listening to this, we want to give you props and kudos, because some did not stay. They were triggered and they went away, and that's okay. We gotta love them where they're at, and just like we love you where you're at. All right, so Let's see what we have coming out of the tarot messages for Cancer between now and next year. Some of the predictions, listeners, God, we're looking for predictions between now and next year for Cancer. We have the Eight of Wands. You're going to get some messages, important communication coming in. Ace of Cups. This is self-love energy. So, and this is self-love that attracts new love. So somebody is going to be, through this connecting yourself with the world around you. It's having an internal and an external effect because you can only do it externally because you're doing it internally. Ooh. And the Knight of Cups, and this is you receiving love, which I was already kind of picking up on even with the Ace of Cups. So let's develop each of these further. So you got some good news coming in, a lot of opportunities coming in. Let's see more about that. Why is the Eight of Wands here for Cancer as a prediction between now and their next solar return? Most God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Why is the Eight of Wands here? For Cancer. Okay. Clarifying the Eight of Wands, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is your independent nature. This is financial gains. So somebody's going to get news about an opportunity that leads to great financial gains. And the whole reason you're getting it is because you're like the bee's knees. For some of you, this is going to be a lot of clients or a lot of business coming in for your spiritual business. I have a lot of spiritual workers, light workers, healers who are in my audience here. So some of you are going to notice an increase in business, which is excuse me, obvious energetically because of the spiritual temperature on Earth right now, right? Also, the Lovers energy coming in. Some of you are going to be confronted with a choice to make. Show me more about this choice. Somebody is single and you're going to be brought into harmony with a divine partner. The Empress shows up. This is a person who is very loving, nurturing, and kind. This person is beautiful. This person has had a very difficult life. This person is a mother. This person is mature. This person has their life together. This person doesn't really need anything. This person knows how to be kind and compassionate. This could be somebody who likes to feed the homeless. This could be somebody who likes to do volunteer service or charity work of some sort. So some of you are coming into divine partnership with this Empress, and you will make it legal. I feel like some of you are going to be making it legal with this person. I also see in this first prediction a lot, like I talked about, a lot of business. I feel like anywhere where you're a healer or a psychic or an astrologer or a reader of any type, work with auras, energies, or spiritual matters of any type, I feel like you are going to be hired a lot. And a lot of what you're going to deal with is romance, finance, and legal issues, karmic issues as well. Karmic issues coming in very largely there. I also feel like you're going to have overall just a lot more business coming in that leads to great financial gains for you, Cancer, where the right opportunities come your way. You make the decision that is most profitable for you, and you feel like, oh, finally the scales are settled. So I feel like there's some Cancerian energy here where maybe you were working really hard before, but you didn't feel that you had enough, or maybe it wasn't even a feeling. Maybe you're like, every time you check your bank account, you're like, oh God, this is just not enough. Well, something has changed there, and I feel like it was because of your spiritual practice. And I feel finance is starting to flow a lot more powerfully for you. I also feel like there is a Cancerian who has Taurus or Gemini and Libra. Taurus, Gemini, okay, there's a viewer who has Taurus, Libra, and Gemini Cancer in your chart, and you know the positions already as you heard this. You're like, yep, I got that there. Oh, she might be talking about me. Well, check this out. I feel like you are about to come into, oh, okay. You're leaving a karmic situation in order to unite with a divine partner. I feel that. So I feel like it's going to happen quickly and abruptly. So now clarifying the Ace of Cups as your second prediction for the next calendar year, you're starting with the bonus card, meaning that the card off the top of the deck right now is intensified in its meaning and could have dual meanings. But let's see what we have. The Ten of Swords. Ooh, okay. I see, Cancer, you are all about, if it's not good for you, it's just not going to work at all. You're really dead set on creating ease in your life. But I feel like in the self-love, yes, your self-love is highlighted, and I feel like you're doing things to keep yourself happy. But do you understand that every time you say no, you create blockage energy? Whoa, this. So for somebody, you have a serious I get it. Okay, so we spoke about from last year to this year, some of you have been very withdrawn, very isolated, very much hermit energy. Um, yeah, I feel like you've elevated yourself so much, which is a good thing. But I feel like it's a real challenge for you to come out of that isolation. And you've created so many blockages in your life by continually saying, no, no, I won't go. No, I don't want. No, no, no. And it's like, so you're going to be having some breakthroughs through that in the year to come. The next card that fell out is also a bonus card, which tells me that this is the most important prediction for you because there are two bonus cards in this deck and you've got both of them on this line. So let's see what other energy is being intensified for you, Cancer, over the year to come. This one is sticking out, so I'm going to take it. The Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is the court card that would represent you. It's the court card for Cancer. So I feel like here you are wanting to struggle against, which is why the mountain came out earlier, wanting to struggle against connecting to others. You say, I don't need anybody. I don't need to connect to other people. But if you were meant to be by yourself, you wouldn't have been put on a planet with so many other people. I feel like this has a lot to do with family connections, why you have become so blocked off. But I also feel like your big challenge, if you love yourself, is to allow yourself to show that to other people around you. Now, Cancer, your zodiac sign is represented by the crab. So you got that hard ass shell. Like you need tools to break that shell. And it's time for you to apply these tools. I feel like you have the tools. I feel like if you can bring yourself to a place where you find, if you can make the decision to bring yourself to a place to establish these connections with the ones that God has brought into your life, that the universe has connected you to, that your vibration has attracted to you, you will find that you have a lot of healing in that. And you will receive, it's like your spiritual abilities, whatever. And I feel like this is very, very important to you. Being Cancerian, I feel like your spiritual connection is so important to you, but you're going to find that intensified. Further clarifying this Ace of Cups, we have temperance and divine timing is at play. You are attracting a divine counterpart. And if you continue to stay so shut off, if you continue to shut yourself off from the world, that's not in alignment with your highest path. That's not, you're being asked to overcome the family issues of the past, overcome the romantic issues of the past, and do the work internally to allow yourself to be ready to receive this divine partner that is being lined up with you. And also, it's going to open up a floodgate of financial wealth in your world, because you will actually be having a different vibration towards people, which will change their responses to you and doing business with you, because you've got this blocked off energy, like people don't want to do business with you because you don't want to deal with people. You don't like people, and you don't like talking to people. You don't like dealing with people. Okay, well, the very fact that you don't like it means that you've got some resistance within you to work out, and it's time for you to do that. And Spirit is giving you all the support to do that. Let's get the final card on this Ace of Cups as a prediction for Cancer. The Five of Pentacles. This is that feeling alone, feeling left out in the cold. And it's like it's time to do work over this codependency issues that have caused you. See, your codependency issues had the opposite reaction, where you're so independent that you won't allow the connection with others, but your spirit is calling you to connect. And it's like if you continue to leave yourself alone all the time, you will find that the karma will not change, that you will continue to live the same cycle. You know, there's got to be a connection established here. So where you're feeling, and it's crazy because like you don't like people, you don't want nobody, but you do want somebody, and you feel alone. So universe is trying to bring you together so you don't feel alone anymore with the right people. But your resistance to being involved with others poses a blockage. So it's time to do the work. Your spirit is already giving you the support to do the work, to clear the blockages. So somebody may have social anxiety. Somebody could have some severe phobias. Somebody could have some compulsions that cause them to separate. And if you do, it's time that over the next year, like these things are going to be highlighted in your life so you can do the work, because it's time for you to establish these connections and create a change in your physical experience as a result. Because if you continue to detach and separate, I feel like you're going to find yourself in extreme poverty that's lasting, and you will not like it. You know, but there's so much wealth and abundance for you, but it's a choice. Will you connect? How can you connect? And it's like, it's easy to be around people when they're hunky-dory, happy chappy, right? But what about when they're having a hard time? What about when they're processing their challenges? What about when they're dealing with emotion? I feel like that's where you're better at cutting and running. Yeah, it's time to be involved, Cancer. So you have the Knight of Cups coming in as a prediction here for you. First clarifier on that is the Four of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is bringing you an opportunity to create a very satisfying and stable situation for yourself. In other words, it's like if you choose to do the work where you've isolated yourself and become so independent, you will find that you will be able to help clear some of these blockages. And it's like the universe is going to continue to provide you opportunities to do so. And I feel like that's coming in through a young person who is got some emotional challenges that they're facing. And it's like you have the ability to connect with this person and make a difference for yourself and for them, because I feel like in doing the healing work for them, it's a dual, it's like the sword cuts both ways. So you're going to have a lot of epiphanies by helping this person that's coming your way. I feel like this person is younger than you. I feel like this person is also a water sign. Let's see furthermore about this. You have the Princess of Wands. And I hear the word guidance. So I feel like you're going to be giving some techniques, some suggestions to what this person can do. I feel like you could be you're very psychic, very empathic, right? We have already established that. So you're going to be using those abilities, talents, and natural skills of yours in order to help provide guidance for people. It's like Spirit is going to bring you people that need your guidance, and it's an opportunity. It's like every time you process the things that trigger you with them because of their triggers, and you provide the guidance, it's like the healing happens on both of your sides of the table. The truth comes out, and the sword of the Ace of Swords will cut through all misconceptions, misbeliefs, all illusions and delusions. It can cut through the past, and it's like you're going to have a new awareness of yourself. And I feel like, again, you will be ready by the time that this divine partner comes into your experience. There is a divine partner. There is a divine partnership on the table. Somebody wants to know, is this Taurus and Gemini connection really a twin flame? Yes, it is. The cards clearly show that. As the Ace of Swords points up to Temperance, is my twin flame, points up to the Empress, and the Lovers is on the side. Yes. Is it going to be long lasting? Yes, it is. Let's get a final card for you from this tarot spread, and it is the Eight of Swords. In this prediction here, saying this is about you refocusing, because you have built a lot of ideas and belief patterns that have kept you stuck in a cycle that is very strong, but it's time to break it. It's time to clear this karmic energy and break that pattern. So some of you will resonate with this in your own relationships. Those were 3 separate predictions, and some of you will be feeling that energy cohesively as one situation. The bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. So it says you're having victory already. You've already been victorious over so much, and there's more on the table for you. You've pushed past and done some. Over the last year, you had pushed past and did a lot of things that were taking you outside of your comfort zone. You pushed past a lot of fears. Some of you did this through certain travels. Some of you did this by taking control back. Some of you did this by advancing your ability, growing your ability to communicate with difficult ones that you know. And there's been some accomplishment there, but it's like, you're not done yet, baby. There's more to do. Just when you think you're done, they pull you right back in. So now let's touch on your romantic love life. I want you to choose. This is the interactive part in romance. I want you to close your eyes and choose the first message, the second message, or the third message is what I'm hearing. I'm going to give 3 separate predictions, and you are only to choose one number. And this is going to be a main energy over your romantic love, affecting your romantic love relationships in the next year. This is not in those numbers, but very soon. Something is going to happen very soon from the time of your finding this video, Cancer. Okay, so pick 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to take 3 cards from the deck. So there's the first one. Second card, energies over your romantic love life. If you chose number 2, and if you chose number 3, your romantic love life, the energy affecting your romantic love life, between now and the next calendar year. All right. So, from this time moving forward, if you chose number 1, what you want to remember over the next year is your children are affecting your love life. Your love life is being affected by children. So between now and next year, I feel like some of you I feel Cancerian. Some of you are putting romance on pause because there's children that need to be taken care of, and they're taking a highlight in your life. But I hear what you don't know is in that choice to leave love alone and focus on the most important place that you have, which is your children, by just getting romance off your mind completely. Like, it's not even in your train of thought. It's not coming up in your day from waking to closing those eyes at night, or whenever you finally do, because some of you are really not closing your eyes at night. Like, you thrive on like 4 hours of sleep, and I don't know how the hell you do it, but yes, you do, because it's like cooking and cleaning and school and meals and all these different things going on. Plus you have work and you have recitals and piano and games and, oh my God, how you're doing everything. But you've put like your whole romantic love life on pause for the children. What you don't know is you are attracting the attention of somebody. Now, they're not telling me what's going to happen. This person will come into your experience between now and next year. How far that's going to go, they're not showing me, because you don't really care right now. But when it happens and those feelings begin to be stirred and it begins to look like the perfect partnership, you'll remember this reading and it is going to spark a new romance for you. Now, if you chose number 2, the energy over your romantic connections over the next year is that you deserve love. You are lovable. We're dealing, if you chose number 2, you are someone who fully embodied the hermit energy that we were talking about through the whole general. And I feel like you feel like some of the things that you've done in the past, you cannot live down, and that makes you unlovable. And that makes you, it's like, even if you think you deserve love and know you deserve love, for whatever reason, it's like you keep pulling yourself back. And you know what you want, but you won't go for it, is what I feel. Yeah, I feel like you know what you want, but you won't go for it. See, she's not let her arrow fly, but she knows what she wants, but she has not let her arrow fly. So I feel like somebody could be very defensive. I feel like you can be very all or nothing, and not, I feel like you could be very demanding and not very lighthearted. I feel like you can be, you know, so much and you're so keyed into what you want. And we're not saying you should haphazardly just go for anything. But again, it's coming up where, because you're so defensive and everything is a no, and no, I don't like this, and no, I don't want that, and no, 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 you're not good enough for me, no, no, no. You've got so many no's out there. Like, you're not even looking at, well, what is it about me that attracted this person into my experience? If this person is here, I attracted them for a reason. And it's like, to push into allowing the flow, you're being encouraged to find out what that is. And it's not that you have to fall in love with everybody. It's not that you have to build a relationship with everybody, but it's that you should take the time to see what it has to offer you, because you do deserve love. And somewhere, like, you're attracting people, and the people you're attracting are there to reflect something to you. So in order to hit your target, it's going to require of you to dig through the attractions that you are receiving and realize, how am I holding and attracting, magnetizing this energy to you? Because it can't come your way if it's not magnetized towards you, if it's not attracted towards you in some way, shape, or form. Even on a collective level, this stuff happens, you know? So, but we're talking about your personal experience. So that is a message for you. I feel like over the next year for you, you're going to meet a lot of interesting people. And there will be some who are romantically interested in you. And it doesn't mean you have to run full-fledged forward into anything, but it does say that you should at least look at the opportunities that come your way. Okay, give it a chance. Not just say start new relationships, but have a conversation. Indulge in conversation. So somebody asks you out for coffee. What's the harm in saying yes? At the end of the freaking coffee date, then you say, well, you know what? Thank you for your opportunity, but it's not for me. And I wish you the best, and move on, you know? what's wrong with having a conversation with a person, you know? When you continue to have that blockage up, you're aiming for something, but you're not letting it fly, and you don't even know who or what opportunities you're canceling out by automatically shutting everything down and deciding, well, I don't like that. It's not for me. Okay, did you give it a chance to even find out? How do you know what you like and what you want if you don't even try new things, you know? Let's look at the um, third prediction. If you chose number 3, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So I feel like if you chose number 3, you're definitely coming into a connection over the next year. But this connection is gonna, I'm hearing, rattle your bones. Huh? So, excuse me. Bones being your foundation, your internal structure, because you have protected yourself so long and you built yourself up. I feel like you're so um, used to being alone that when you have this opportunity, you need this confirmation letting you know that, hey, it's okay for you to love. It's safe for you to love. And you're going to find this person comes to your life, and there will be signs. There will be signs when you meet this person. This person will, it's weird. It's like somehow you're going to be on an elevated position. Either you're going to be standing behind them as you go down the escalator, so you'll be taller than them, or you maybe, I see 2 stairs, so there's 2 stairs above the other person. Maybe it's somebody who lives in your apartment building and they live 2 floors below you, or they work 2 floors below you and you meet in the elevator. There's something about you're in an elevated position to this person. For somebody, the elevated position is you have a greater spiritual authority than this person. And I feel like for you, that could be like you're a little bit leery about getting into something with someone who's not as spiritually awake as you. Dude, come on, for real. Like, you wouldn't be where you are without people connecting with you, without spirit connecting with you, without your guides connecting with you. It's safe for you to love. It's okay. We're all in different places in your journey. If the only way you can love is because they're exactly like you, well, you're going to have a long time of being alone. Because love is not, I love you because you're exactly like me. Love is, I love you for who and what you are. And you may be different than me, but I'm okay with that. We don't have to be the same person. We don't have to be in the same place spiritually. Remember that our relationships are spiritual classrooms for learning and growth, for spiritual evolution. So remember that over the year to come, whichever message is yours. So let me get the money deck out. I would have had it ready if I knew what decks I was going to use. But we're going to pull a message for Cancer energy over the next year from this deck, the Money and the Law of Attraction cards from Esther and Jerry Hicks, based on the teachings of Abraham. And if you don't know who they are and you're awakening your self-empowerment, I highly recommend all the teachings of Abraham. So let's see, what is the perfect message for Cancer? Well, so it's God, you know who's going to find this video. You know what they need. Everything in perfect timing. What is the perfect message for Cancer? Thank you, thank you, thank you. There it is. My career is one of creating a joyful life experience. Whoa, that's going to hit somebody upside the head. Like, you think your career is about going out there, getting that job. No, boo. Your real career is creating a joyful life experience. And how can you do that? How can you do that better? Let's see what the back of the card says for you. If your dominant intent is to feel joy while you are doing the work, your triad of intentions, freedom, growth, and joy will come quickly and easily into alignment. See your career as one of creating a joyful life experience. You are not a creator of things or a regurgitator of what someone else has created or a gatherer of stuff. You are a creator, and the subject of your creation is your joyful life experience. That is your mission. That is your quest. That is why you are here. If you knew that everything and everyone around you was put here in order to create a joyful experience for you, how would that change your approach? And it's saying that this is going to affect your financial flow. This is a money deck. In other words, if you can be in joy, expect more money. But the more you're in anger, frustration, irritation, disappointment, upset, I don't like, no, 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 which we've talked a lot about in your reading, the more you close that energy off for everything. The more you can find aspects of what you're looking at to appreciate. In other words, we are all created of the same atoms, right? We're all created of energy. We're all created of atoms. In different spiritual belief, they say God is in everything. So if that's true, and I look at you and I say, I don't like you, I don't want to deal with you again, that means I'm not seeing the God in you or that or it. And so you can choose the way you view your experience. Your experience is going to be as it is. And you could go through it joyfully and lovingly and finding the God in all things and respecting that and appreciating that and highlighting that. Or you can go around literally from your mouth cursing everything, saying, no, you're no good. I don't like you. That's ugly. That's not for me. That's evil. That's dark. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? When really those feelings are coming from you. The way you feel is coming from you. Your job is to get in tune with joy, and that is what is going to help open up greater financial abundance for you, Cancer. And we talked a lot about connections in your reading. So connections, again, being highlighted. The joyful experience. Are you able to connect to the joyful experiences, or are you going to continue to sit in this energy of, it's all on you and you're all alone and blah, 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 the same old story, the same old song. Okay, I'm going to pull a closing oracle message for you from the Miracles Now oracle cards from Gabrielle Bernstein. So let's see what is the perfect message for you, Cancer, to close out your reading. Thank you for liking this video. Put in there, if you love this reading, put in there hashtag yes I can, because yes you can connect to other people. Yes, you can have loving and happy relationships. Yes, you can be joyful. Yes, you can see the God in all things. Yes, you can grow. The closing message for you, Cancer, is I make decisions from a place of intuition and power. Now, when your intuition is guiding you and you know you're on course with it, your spirit is going to sing. It will resonate in your soul. When you feel angry or irritated or upset about something, that is your spirit guiding you, saying you're blocking yourself off from that which you really are. Source, pure positive energy. That's what you truly are. Your intuition and power are key to decision making over the next year. The bottom of the deck is I can release ancient pain by simply feeling it. Anywhere where you're still holding on to ancient pain, it will come up for you to release. And the message I'm hearing is it's got to come out the same way it came in. Not in every case, but in most cases. So reliving experiences, reliving emotions is a very real thing, which is why we mentioned hearing certain conversations that reciprocate to you some of your own traits, or viewing and having experiences with other individuals that reciprocate to you and make you aware of the traits and behaviors that you've held on to that have brought you to where you are so that you can make a different, more empowered choice. So these are the messages that I have for you at this time. Thank you, Cancer, for joining me for this solar return reading. Wishing you loads of blessings of love, peace, health, wealth, and happiness. Until next time, love you. Laters.